Hey everyone, so this is a week 22 video diary update. I'm 23 weeks and 1 day pregnant today, and had a bit of drama yesterday, so I thought I'd better update people. As for like symptoms and that this week, nothing new, so I'm not even going to bother going into that because everything's the same. This video is going to contain a lot of TMI, so the whole thing is, so just, if you don't want to hear TMI, then don't watch it. So, okay, last week I've been having a lot of fluid, like down there, like not anywhere else. And I thought maybe, it's kind of normal in pregnancy to have an increase of discharge, but it had a very distinct smell to it, and no, it wasn't urine. I hadn't peed myself. So I left it for a week because I thought, this is going to clear up by itself, but it didn't, and it was happening every day, and I honestly felt like I'd peed myself, and it was just water, literally just water. There was nothing else. It wasn't discoloured or anything. I just literally felt like I'd peed myself. So yesterday I decided, this probably isn't good. So I rang my midwife, and she was really concerned because she thought that, it sounded a lot like either my waters had broken or that they were leaking. So I had to go to the hospital and to lay down on the bed for an hour, and then they did some swabs and they did some blood tests, and they took my obs, and then they got a little bit more concerned because I was running a fever and my blood pressure was high, so they wanted me to stay for a few hours. One of the doctors came in. She was really lovely. Her name was Daisy, and she just sat down on the bed and she was trying to be really nice and saying, if your baby's coming now, the chance of him surviving is pretty slim, and if he were to come, we'd have to go to Wellington. This was at Palmerston North Hospital. She was like, we don't have the equipment here to take on a premature baby that early. I mean, they can take on premature babies, just not that early. I was only 23 weeks yesterday. She said for kind of like even a small chance of viability, he needed to stay in there another 5 days. And I was just like, oh, okay, yep, whatever. I don't think it really sunk in that, if Roman was coming now, he wasn't going to make it. And so I was just laying there, and I just kind of was thinking about it, and I thought, this is not the time to freak out because there's nothing I can do. But she was just warning me that, if things are turning bad, that I just need to be prepared for that. And so yeah, it was a little bit scary, but I think it just kind of hadn't hit me yet, so I was quite calm about it. So okay, well, we'll see what happens with all the results and stuff first before I start freaking out. So they got the swab results back. So what they look for is when they take the swabs, they get the little, it's like a long cotton bud type thing, and they put it on a plate of some sort of solution. I did learn this all back in science, but I can't remember. Some sort of plate with stuff on it. And they smear it on that, and when they look through the microscope, amniotic fluid apparently makes a fern type pattern, so they look for something called ferning. And she said that they couldn't see any ferning, which was great news, so that made me calm down quite a bit more. She was very pleased with that, and she couldn't see any sign of infection. So I did some testing on my urine, and there wasn't any traces of protein or white blood cells or anything like that, and she said my urine was perfect as well, and there was no sign of urinary tract infection. There was no blood, nothing like that. So the mystery continued. But the good thing was that my baby wasn't coming early. Thank the Lord. So some of my blood test results came back. Some of them are going to take three or so days, so I won't find out the results for another couple of days. The blood test results came back and they were clear. They were clear of any infection, which is, weird. So they really have no answer for that. They must have some sort of infection going through my body, because I don't know if you can see, but I just had a normal old pimple here and it's turned into a really pussy, scabby thing. And the last time that happened to me, I actually had something to do with my white blood cells had increased or decreased, I can't remember, but I had an infection running through my system, and that's what happened. I just had a normal old pimple that turned really scabby the last time I had an infection, which makes me still suspicious that I have an infection somewhere. I mean, look at it. It's really sore, and this is a lot smaller than what it was. So I've just got some, like, antibacterial type cream on there. But they still wanted me to stay for a few more hours because they couldn't get my temperature. I still had a fever and my blood pressure was still really high, and they just couldn't figure it out because my blood showed nothing, my urine showed nothing, and the swab showed nothing. So it was just really odd. But then I was really excited because we got to have an ultrasound to see Roman again, which was really cool, and he is definitely still a boy, which makes me really pleased, because that's kind of what freaks me out, is if he came out and he was a girl and got all this boy stuff. But he's still definitely a boy. He had everything on show for us. And the doctor lady, she was like, he looks very healthy. The amniotic fluid surrounding him looks really good. There's plenty of it. So she was really happy. And it was cool because I saw him kick. There was like this view kind of looking down on him, and you could see his legs. And he did this little kick like this, and I could feel it at the same time, so that was really cool to experience. So that was a bonus ultrasound. Didn't like the reason we were in there for it, but that was a cool bonus, added bonus. I got a little photo on my phone, which I will try and post somehow. It's not very clear because hospital ultrasounds aren't as clear as radiology ones. So after all that, they decided that they wanted to put me on an IV line because I was dehydrated, and but we got to avoid that, thank goodness, and they just made me drink as much water as I possibly could, and then they were going to check back on my obs. I still had a bit of a fever, but my blood pressure had gone down and they couldn't find anything wrong with me, so they said that I could go home. So I went home with no answers. We don't have a clue what's wrong, so hopefully something will come back in these blood tests that we're waiting for. So yeah, I'm back to square one really. We don't have a clue what's going on with all that fluid and why I had a fever and high blood pressure. We don't know. There must be some sort of infection somewhere. But that's all on that. So, but baby Roman's fine. She said that he looked very healthy and very happy, which is fantastic, and that is the main thing. So after all that, I went and got Domino's pizza because I was like, I am not cooking after this. So just went home and had a cut off mutton, and just kind of was like a whew, like when you sit down quiet, finally realising, this could have ended really badly, and the fact that it didn't makes me very grateful that, not grateful that we don't know what's wrong still, but just very grateful that Roman's going to be okay, and he is not coming now, thank goodness. So that's all for that. I'll do a quick belly shot, but other than that there's nothing else going on really, so yeah, I'll do the belly shot. Alright. My top's riding up a bit now, so I have to go like this. So this is 23 weeks. He's still sitting quite low, I guess you could say. I think that's still quite low. Oh, she said his head was down as well. His head's down that way. And I thought that was worrying because generally when you go into labour, the head's like down. But no, it's fine. He's just wanted to be that way at the time of the ultrasound. Placenta's in the front. I look like I've got a ball shoved up my top right now, actually. It's kind of funny. So yeah, that's 23 weeks. I'm so glad he's okay. So crisis slightly averted. Thanks to everyone who was concerned and stuff, and everyone who I was meant to visit. I'm sorry I didn't. Obviously, I actually missed out on my friend trying on and buying a wedding dress, which is kind of sad. I feel bad that I missed that. I did want to be there. But when it comes to your baby's life, you just got to do what you got to do. So I'm sorry, Linda. I wish I could have been there for you. But yeah, things are all good. So I have started my Mummy to Be DIY diaries, so they'll be up and running soon. It was our wedding anniversary this week, by the way. We've been married 3 years, so it was cool. We went out for dinner, and it's my birthday on Monday, so we are going to the Sky Tower for dinner. We're also going to the Bride and Groom Expo in Auckland with my friend Stacey and her fiance, and they're getting married next year, which is very exciting. So we're going to the wedding expo up there and having a fancy night out for dinner. That's all, guys. Okay, so see you next week.